What would be your advice to help couples keep a marriage strong, keep it fresh, and what makes a marriage last?
Oh, wow. Big questions, big questions, alhamdulillah. First of all, I would say there is what you can do before marriage, and then what you do in marriage. Now, for before marriage, I think one of the most important things you can do to make a marriage strong has to do with expectations. That when you enter the marriage, you should not be entering the marriage empty and expecting to be filled. From the very beginning, your expectations need to be in the right place. That this is not a person who I am getting married to so that they can fix me, so that they can save me, so that they can make me happy, so that they can fill me, but that instead your fill and your fulfillment and your self-worth comes from your relationship with Allah. A whole different way to enter into marriage when you're already full. And now when a person is already full, they're in a much better position to give. And then the relationship can be more generous. From the Islamic paradigm, we know that this emptiness, that it can only be filled by Allah, and the happiness, and that the only one who can save me is Allah. Yes. And the reason why this can become very confusing is because we have like many fairy tales, right? Yes. And the fairy tales always teach you that you're going to be saved by a prince, right? You're going to be Prince Charming, right? He's going to save you, and everything is going to be perfect after that. And so we actually internalize these myths about marriage and about romantic love, it being that it's what turns dunya into Jannah, you know?
Life isn't perfect.
Exactly.
It's not perfect.
So realizing that is very important. Your expectations. Within marriage, I think one of the most important ingredients, which I think is very lost, is actually the concept of respect. I think that we as women, we sometimes have a little bit of trouble with the notion of what is called unconditional respect.
Unconditional respect?
Unconditional, yeah, exactly.
It means no matter what?
Yeah, see, it's kind of like, what? No, I don't know. But see, what's very interesting, there's this book, and in the book, it's a relationship book about the dynamic of love and respect. And his essential thesis is that a woman's primary need, and of course there are exceptions, but in general, these are trends, that a woman's primary need is to feel loved. And a man's primary need is to feel respected. Now, when either a man or a woman does not get their primary need, they don't give the other person's primary need. How that works is, when a man feels disrespected, he will act unloving. And when a woman feels unloved, she acts disrespectful. And that creates... That creates what this author refers to as the crazy cycle. It's a cycle that perpetuates itself and is very hard to break out of. And a lot of marriages break because of this cycle. It is this cycle that as a woman, I feel that he's being unloving, or I feel like he doesn't care, or whatever. And as a result, I react with disrespect. And when he feels disrespected, it only makes him more unloving.
So it's just like fire playing with fire when that happens.
It just perpetuates.
So how do you break out? Yes, how do you break out the fire?
And how you break out of it is with two things: unconditional love and unconditional respect. Women, we understand easily the concept of unconditional love, don't we? Yes. We in fact, that's the way we love. Yes. But we have a lot of trouble with unconditional respect. We think, well, no, you got to earn my respect. And if you act in this way, I won't respect you. And if you act in that way, I won't respect you. And that's a problem. Because what really needs to happen is it needs to be unconditional, that the respect is always there. And whenever that happens, you will find that the man will be more loving to him. That the best way to make a man be kind and loving is to make him feel respected.